Okay, thank you for joining in person or watching virtually. This is a weekly session focusing on the goddess, or really just sort of the picture of the feminine in divinity. This week, especially given this particular day, February 22nd, 2022, is a strong energy of the vibration of the number 22. And in numerology, the vibration of 22 is that of what's called the master builder. Um, and so this is really tapping into this aspect of us that is always building something, whether we're conscious of it or not. In every given moment, we are constructing our reality. And so the idea is to just become more conscious and intentional about that power we have to be building at every moment. And so for this, I thought it would be good to tap into Lakshmi um, for this day. And Lakshmi is typically associated with, fortune, money, abundance, and all of that. But personally, I sense her energy as sort of like expanding far beyond that, and just sort of everything that is tied to prosperity and living a life that is pleasurable, enjoyable, and really tapping into the good and pleasurable things in life, and knowing that that is also divine, as opposed to this aspect of divinity that's like suppressing or self-sacrificing or self-restricting. And so this is going to be a healing session, really just sort of, whether you're here now or watching later, you'll just sort of receive this energy. It's kind of like Reiki, but it's really more attuned to this vibration of the Divine Mother in her aspect as Lakshmi. To really target what's sort of like a core ingredient to building anything, which is a sense of worth, a sense of deservingness. There is this sort of like widely believed universal cosmic law of divine manifestation that you can manifest anything, but there are some requirements. First, the requirement has to be that it doesn't harm anyone, either in the outcome or the process of manifestation. But then the second huge requirement is that the manifester has to feel deserving, has to feel worthy of what the manifester is requesting divine support to bring into the earth. And so that second one is really what can be the hang up sometimes when it comes to us, like sort of bringing our desires into fruition, that feeling of like deservingness and worth. And so anyway, not to take too much time, but just giving some background on what this healing session is really about. And what this energy is going to do. It's going to just really tap into that underlying key ingredient of reminding us that we are deserving and that we are worthy of the goals we have and the life we want to build. So go ahead and getting started. Wherever you are, just really plant yourself in your space. And if you want, you could picture roots extending from your feet, from your tailbone, really grounding you down into the earth. Send those roots down as deeply as you can send them. Take a deep, full breath in, filling up the lungs, filling up the belly. And on the exhale, send that breath down the roots, taking with it anything that's distracting, anything that's unsupportive. And you can picture your spine as sort of like the trunk of a tree. And your spine can be sort of like an oak tree that's very sturdy and strong, really supporting you. Or you might picture your spine as sort of like a willow tree or some tree that's sort of like nimble, flexible, and adaptable to the weather around it, but always bouncing back. And picture your aura, the energy field around you, sort of like branches and leaves of a tree, and really absorb in whatever gives you energized life. So you could absorb in light, fresh air, fresh ideas, fresh energy. taking that in on the in-breath, and on the exhale, sending down anything heavy down those roots into the earth. And as you focus on your breathing, your body will automatically relax. You can let your arms and legs become heavy. You can drop your shoulders. Tune into your jaw, and if you're clenching your jaw in any way, relaxing your jaw. You can even relax your tongue, relax your forehead and temples. Feeling all stress and tension just melt away on its own. Nothing you need to do. Good, and we're going to ask that talking mind, that grown up in your head, to be quiet and take a rest. And we're going to ask the subconscious mind, that child, to step forward and listen. This is the part of you that listens very deeply. So listening to your body, listening to the space around you, listening to how you feel. And in this relaxed and receptive state, this is the perfect time to be met by something bigger than we are. And in this case, we will invite the goddess Lakshmi. So just giving permission, saying yes, and feeling her energy descend into your space. And you may see a light coming from the highest heavens, coming down in your space, touching your crown, going down, flowing down from the crown of your head all the way down your body to the tips of your toes. And if you like, there is a mantra you can repeat quietly to yourself that really attunes you to our presence. And this mantra is Om Maha Lakshmi Namaha. Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. And so if that feels comfortable, you can just hold that in your heart. And for the rest of the session, just really feel her activating and empowering your sense of worth and deservingness. Okay, taking another deep breath, taking a moment to ground. And that concludes the session. Thank you for attending or watching. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm at LeMar NYC, LEMAR NYC at Gmail, and LeMar NYC on Instagram. Yeah, thank you. Take care.